Alright, you're asking how to own a Starbucks franchise, right? I love your question. It shows me you're looking to become a business owner, an entrepreneur, and I can definitely help you out with this. My name is Brando Linick, and the first thing I want to do is tell you up front here, having started a couple different types of businesses over the last 3 years, some of them worked, some of them absolutely failed. I can tell you what to avoid, what to look out for from that. But with a Starbucks franchise business model, alright, if you're looking at this specifically, alright, because I'm going to share with you really critical information you have to know. If you're looking at this specifically because you want to start a business to make money, alright, to create a high passive, high lucrative income where you can do what you want, when you want, wherever you want. Obviously there's still work required. You got to learn some things with any type of business out there. But if that's what you're looking for out of a business, to make money, okay, the best tip and lead I'll give you here, and just a little bit of an overview on this, is with a Starbucks franchise, you're looking at an upfront investment of 10 to even 5 times the amount of money that you want to make, and there's certain criteria and qualifications that you got to actually qualify for to be able to apply for a Starbucks franchise. In other words, if you want to make, let's say, $100,000 a year out of a Starbucks franchise, you'd have to invest into that franchise model, about $1 million. You got to invest, 5 to 10 times the amount of money you want to make, sometimes even more than that. But just being very conservative in this video. And with McDonald's, just to give you an idea, just like Starbucks, they're both very, very popular. With McDonald's, you have to have liquidated assets of around $1 million to apply for the franchise. And then once you apply, you have to have at least an annual income of over $1 million to actually have a McDonald's franchise. And if you don't have that, you can't do it, okay? And I'd advise you, even if you have the money, okay, to invest in a Starbucks franchise, if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay, even if you don't have it, I would advise you, before you take this approach, if you hear me out here for a minute, if you're looking at this because you want to build a business to make money, the best thing you can learn how to do is increase your profit margins and decrease your overhead, alright? Because with a Starbucks, franchise, a lot of people overlook this. They're like, oh, I get a business that's like in a box, it's already done. No. You got to keep in mind the operating costs on a monthly basis to operate it. You got to keep in mind what you're dealing with, the work required to maintain it, dealing with supplies, equipment, inventory, employees, staff. You're dealing with all these types of things, and it could be like working 10 different jobs in one, alright? And I'd advise you, before you consider this approach, if you hear me out here for a minute, the tip I want to give you here is actually learn how to leverage the internet. Learn how to use systems online to build a business on the internet. And my experience with this goes back 15 months ago when I came across a person making a ridiculous, stupid amount of money online. High multiple 6, practically a 7-figure income without dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, and because they weren't dealing with that, their profit margins were, yes, up to here, and their overhead was down to here because they didn't have that, and because they weren't on the computer all day long, they weren't doing anything technical, they were able to not just create true leverage and time freedom, but they were able to do what they were passionate about, which their passion was traveling. So they were able to operate their business on the internet, travel around the world wherever there's an internet connection, and live in just cool places for like 6 months at a time, 8 months at a time, a year at a time, 2 years at a time, and then move and pick up and go somewhere else. And because they were doing this, I started to model and copy what they're doing, and with their help and guidance, in less than a month, I was able to create a full-time income business from zero, from scratch, which is not average or typical results, working part-time, okay? And I had to put in work, I had to learn some things, but the cool part was I didn't have to deal with supplies, equipment, employees that can cut down the amount of money that you can make, and I didn't have to deal with those things, which would also cut down the amount of time that you can spend with your family and do the things that you want to do, because you have to maintain it. And because of that, if you're looking at this, and I want to re-emphasize if you're looking at how to open or how to start a Starbucks franchise because you want to build a business, be your own boss, to make money, to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, create true leverage and flexibility, best thing that you could learn how to do is learn how to leverage the internet. Learn how to build a business online. And if this does make sense to you, okay, if this makes sense to you and you're coachable, you're trainable, you're willing to learn some things, connect with someone. Connect with someone who's willing to connect with you on the internet. There's a lot of noise out there when it comes to online business when it comes to making an income online, best thing you could do to not walk down the path yourself is connect with someone who's already walked down it, who's willing to show you the ropes, all right, to help you get the results that you want. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this rant, this review, this business model review, as much as I did putting together for you. It's been fun. I look forward to seeing your success story on the next one, and make sure if this did make sense to you and you want to learn how to build a business on the internet step by step, exactly what was shared with me, all right, that allowed me in less than a month to create a full-time income business working part-time, connect with me on my site. Check it out. If you're coachable and you're trainable and you're willing to learn some things, this does require work. You do have to, learn stuff. If you're not afraid of that, connect with me on my site. I'll connect with you there. Don't be shy. And I will see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.